As a car reviewer, I'm often asked what sport utility vehicle I would recommend. I live up north where people have camps, boats, snow machines, and weekend outdoor activities all year round. And up here, SUVs are a really big deal. So let me show you the machine that usually winds up topping my list of recommendations. It's the Jeep Grand Cherokee, seen here with diesel power and its heavily loaded model grade, the Overland. The reason I like it so much is fairly simple. I drive a lot of sports utes and I'm often left with the same gripes around fuel economy, ride quality on rough roads, highway steering feel, and maneuverability in tight quarters. Also, and worse than all of those, is the lack of a durable and tough feeling when you drive the model in question down a really rough road. In the Grand Cherokee though, few if any of those complaints apply. I find it a standout offering in this segment because it's like they targeted the things that many people don't like about driving a sports ute and eliminated them. Example, many sports utes use trendy oversized wheels with thin tires that look good but offer limited sidewall and therefore limited cushioning, which negatively affects ride quality when the going gets rough. Like this Range Rover with 22-inch wheels, gorgeous, but hit some washboards and there go your teeth. Look at Grand Cherokee's wheels. They're reasonably sized and wrapped in tires with thick sidewalls for a layer of softness between you and the road. There's another layer of softness thanks to the available Quadralift air suspension, which keeps the body attached to the wheels on a cloud of air. 2 layers of softness means above average ride quality even on nasty stuff. Vague steering? Nope, this feels calibrated, set up, and tuned to the Grand Cherokee's suspension and size and weight. At highway speeds, it locks confidently onto its line, steers with obedient precision, and exhibits a just right weight and ratio that works well for the overall package. It steers and handles pretty much like a car. Heavy fuel mileage? Not with this diesel engine. This 3-liter turbo V6 makes 240 horsepower backed by a heap of torque, performs at or near V8 levels, tows a trailer confidently, and turns in fuel mileage like a mid-sized sedan. All of that from a cutting-edge diesel that's quiet, smooth, doesn't smoke, and is completely effortless during light-footed driving, and a total powerhouse when you drop your boot. So the typical SUV fuel economy complaints don't apply here either. Big turning circle? Nope, when you're maneuvering in tight quarters, the steering wheel just keeps going and going. It's no harder to park than a family sedan, and the backup camera helps too. And finally, that feeling of durability driving down truly nasty roads that's missing from so many rides in this segment is not found here. Thick tires and air shocks aside, there's a feeling of solid toughness built into the Grand Cherokee right from its very structure. This is not a car-based crossover platform, and it was designed for rough terrain duty from the get-go, and it shows mostly when you drive over really nasty stuff and the Grand Cherokee doesn't feel like it's about to cough up a strut. After all, driving an SUV to many people is all about confidence, and I'll tell you what doesn't inspire confidence, and that's driving to your college on a Friday afternoon and feeling like you're going to have to take your ride into the shop on Monday morning to get the suspension fixed. That's not the case with the Grand Cherokee. It rides tough and feels robust and durable over just about everything. There's more confidence too. Forget a one-mode soccer mom all-wheel drive system and minivan levels of ground clearance. Grand Cherokee is built to go places and gets this control panel to access various off-road tools, including low-range gearing for climbing and optimizations from various systems that can be dialed in for enhanced performance on snow, rocks, mud, and more. You can even use the Quadralift suspension to dial in a few inches of extra ground clearance whenever you need it. It's all referenced in this slick computer screen in the cluster, which doubles as the speedometer and driver computer or anything else you'd like. That's just one high-tech touch inside. Another is the slick, very easy to use and fast-acting navigation and infotainment interface, which is about the best one on the market today. You can even get rear seats with built-in TVs and multimedia inputs, and back here, a power tailgate, healthy cargo hold, and full-size spare tire. The Tester's nicely loaded Overland trim grade adds special colors to the leather, even more features and more upscale trimmings. You'll have to decide for yourself on a test drive if this cabin supports the price tag. With a heap of options on board, this Tester came in at about 70 grand. That's supported mostly by its extensive feature content. The cabin here is a nice place to be, but it doesn't have the look or feel to pull off that sort of price tag on its own. Mind you, that's with $1,500 worth of advanced technology options, $2,150 worth of rear seat entertainment console, and another $500 worth of off-road toys. There's also one more really expensive option that drives the price up. One other thing to bear in mind, remember, as good as this EcoDiesel power plant is on fuel and with those mounds and mounds of low-end torque and the confident towing, it is a $5,000 option. So put another way, that means it needs to save you $5,000 worth of fuel before you break even, and even more than that before it starts putting money back in your pocket. So be sure to look at the real-world fuel consumption numbers reported by other owners, consider how and where you drive your Grand Cherokee, and do your math. Complaints mainly this klutzy electronic shifter and I just didn't get along very well. It doesn't clunk positively into the gear you selected, and you'll often have to double check which position it's in so you don't back into anything when you think it's in park. But let's sum up this nicely dialed in, fuel-sipping torque monster off-road ready family hauler, shall we? You'll like the plentiful power output, the car-like ride and handling and maneuverability, the slick central command screen, the slick instrument cluster, and the real-life off-road capability. Plus, if you frequently take your sports ute down really nasty roads, you're going to like the ride quality and feeling of durability. You'll also love the mileage. On my watch, 1,852 kilometers burned 178.1 liters of diesel, making it 10.4 liters per 100 clicks. I've put more fuel through a Honda CR-V. Mainly, you might wish for a less fussy gear shifter and a lower price tag for the model with the diesel engine. Grand Cherokee starts around $40, but the $5,000 diesel option can only be added to the Overland model grade and up, and it starts in the high 50s. So if you want the diesel in your Grand Cherokee, you're in it for well over $60,000. End of the day, if your budget allows it, and if your priorities in a new family-ready and off-road ready sport ute include a fantastic sense of dialed-in durability on virtually any surface, monster torque, very manageable fuel bills, and actual capability in an off-road setting, consider this one with the diesel a priority test drive. Thanks for watching.